Hi beauties, Beastly here, and I've never done a story time. Finally get to say this weird story that really happened to me. I'm about to tell the story of the time I accidentally, unintentionally walked a runway. I get it, before we started, I get it. I will never be a model because of my height. I'm not pretty and I don't have the typical body, so now that we got that out of the way, I'm just gonna say the story. This year that it happened, and it was actually April 11th. You guys remember in my vlogs that I was part of the cosmetology class. I went to another school to take this class. It was my last 2 periods, and they say it's a fashion show. You'll be there doing hair and makeup. I kind of just want extra credit. That's why I wanted to go, but also to I don't know, I just want to be behind the scenes of a fashion show. When you walk in, you go and you sign in, they make you sign in, and you have to carry a badge. So if you don't believe me, this is a badge, and I was there for cosmetology, so we had to have these on. And the models, obviously theirs was the same, but theirs said models instead of cosmetology. So we finished, and it was around, I would say, probably 15 minutes before the show started, and we were able to go into the show for free. We just had to show these that we helped out, and we were able to go in for free. So we're just waiting backstage for the doors to open, my best friend and me. And this designer came in the room where we were in, because part of the backstage was hair and makeup and where the food was at. So this designer comes in with dresses, kind of freaking out, and then he saw us and he came to us, and then he asked, "Are you guys models?" And my best friend and me were no, we're just hair cosmetology. And but then me jokingly said, "No, but can we?" And he was yeah, for sure, it's follow me. And I was my best friend, come on, let's go. And she was no, because she knows that it's always been my dream to walk a runway, but my parents were kind of strict about that. They really want to protect me from the dangers of that industry, so they really don't let me do much of that. And so she was go for it, go for it, really, girl, this is your dream, go. So I gave her really quick my bag that had my phone, and I was please take care of it. But she already knows the passcode and everything like that, so I was just take care of it. And then I went backstage, and then he was do you have heels? And I was no, I didn't know I was gonna walk. So I literally walked the runway with my Vans on. No joke, I had my Vans on. So he put me in a red mermaid dress that was long enough to hide my shoes, and it didn't fit me. It fit me so big. He was trying to safety pin it, because it was falling. I was it's gonna fall on the runway. Oh hell no. Freaking out. He was one of the last designers to show his stuff, so I didn't really know that until I saw the list that were everywhere, and I was just freaking out. I saw models come in kind of running and then change into something else and then lining up again, and I was just wow. And there was there's so many professionals. I saw this girl who's crazily tall. I think she was 6 feet tall. She was huge. And then she was wearing heels, and I was oh my god. I was I'm so out of place. I literally stuck out in the worst way ever. Everyone else was ready, hair, and they're working it, and there's me. I'm is there a specific way you want me to walk? So mid stage there's an X, and right there you have to turn around on both sides, turn around and then turn around, and then walk to the end, pose, and then turn around and then just leave the stage. And I was okay. So he's okay, walk so I could see, and then he was okay, you're walking too quick, walk slower. And I was okay, and then I did it, and then he was okay, do it again. And I finally did it again, and then he was okay, just like that. But then since the dress was mermaid, he wanted me to walk a certain way for the dress to whenever I finally posed, so it can finally be you can see the good shape, because I'm not gonna grab it bend down in the middle and the middle of the stage and just fix it. You had to walk a certain way for the dress to look good at every pose. So I was so I was freaking out internally. I was And so yeah, I was freaking out because the dress did not fit me. It was literally falling, and I was like, please don't fall in the stage, please. It fit me really big, and like my cosmetology teacher tried pinning it like from the back because she's like, oh, it fits you too big, and I was like, yeah. 11-year-old girl, she was like, yeah, the stage is a little bit wobbly. Okay, so I was scared at the beginning, and now I'm terrified at this point. Then I finally got up there, you know, like walk like in the middle, turn, turn, and then keep on walking. But like, as you can tell in the picture, I'm like, I don't know what to do, you know? Later, the designer came in and he was like, oh, can you guys like come over here? And then he already was changed into one of his own creations. And then he told me, can you change, do you think you'll fit in this dress? And it was like this really pretty like yellow, kind of like mustard, like I can't really describe the color, but it's like more in the yellow range. And it was really pretty, and like it had like a black belt to it. And then it was long, but not long enough to cover my shoes. So there was this girl that he knew that was like already at the table, and he was like, what size are you? And she was like, a 7.5. And he asked me what size I was, and I was like, a 7.5. So she literally ran like out to go get some heels that she had in the car. Okay, so normally when I walk in heels, they're like the short, chunky heel. These were platform, really thin, like heel thingy at the back, and I was like, oh no, like I'm gonna fall definitely. And then he told me, the person who wears this dress gets to walk with me at the end. And I was like, thinking to myself, it would be pretty ironic if I get to walk with a designer, you know, like at the end of a fashion show where like there's a specific model that walks with a designer, and then this happens, and I was like, you know. And then I was like, yeah. Like, so I had like a sports bra kind of thing, but it was like one strap, and like the other side didn't have it, so like I had to kind of like take it off and like hide that strap. And then he like helped me like zip it up, because like that one actually like I had to kind of squeeze into it, but it still fit good. It was really comfortable. And then I tried on the heels, and I was like, I'm gonna fall with these heels. So it was kind of like downhill where you had to like walk to get to like kind of the stage, and I almost fell there because of the heels. And then I had to like walk on the side so I can like get to there. And then yeah, then I walk, you know, grabbed hands and like, woo, you know, and then like turned around and left. My mom did yell at me because she's like, you should have told me you were modeling, like you did this on purpose. And I was just like, I started to cry because I was like, Mom, I completed a dream of mine. Like, you never let me do any of this. You know, like, I'm, like, this is one of the first times actually okay that I rebelled against, like, my mom. Because I was like, look, you should have seen how happy I was. Like, yeah, I was nervous, but, you know, when I look back, I was like, damn, that was a really cool experience. That was a time I unintentionally walked a runway. And probably the last time I will ever walk runway. Feel free to roast me in the comments. Anyway, thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the future. Bye!
Ever go, don't you ever go, darling, 'cause you're all that I know, you're all that I know. Why did you change your mind?